So in your first position, my beautiful ones, you have the Seven of Swords. So the Seven of Swords is about you or one sort of taking account of where they are and trying to figure out what action they're going to take, right? Because it's about working, I think I said this to Gemini, smarter, not harder, right? And maybe you were working so hard that you kind of petered out. Like you're like, ugh, I'm so tired. Because you were just working, because that's what you know to do when you're trying to manifest something, right? And so you're finally at this space where you've relaxed that energy and you're like, all right, I'm going to try to work harder, smarter, not harder. I'm going to try to do this a different way. Maybe I was just running, okay? And so that's kind of your position in love, in life, in wherever your love is. So it looks like maybe some of you are dealing with somebody that you're dating or some ones that you're dating, because yes, Aries dates several, sometimes, most times. I know because my Venus is in Aries. Not that I do that now. I used to do that back in the day. way back in the day. So, I kind of feel like maybe in love or romantic love, or you're trying to make something happen with somebody and that just wasn't happening. Then you were trying with the other one and that wasn't happening. And now you're just like, you're sitting back and you're like, all right, let me just take a look at what's really going on. Okay. So I feel like that's a great position for you because you've relaxed the energy and you're really thinking smart. Like you're like, all right, this is how this is going to play out. Right. And people don't understand. That's a dangerous position if you're on the opposite side of an Aries. Don't do that. If any of you that are not Aries are listening, do not do that with them because they, don't play with an Aries like that, okay? Because they're all fun and games, but nope, I'm not doing it. So, what's crossing you, this is Spirit's advice in this position. They're saying, yes, absolutely, take a break, it's time. But the hanging man, that's what this is more about self-sacrifice, right? It's like, all right, I'm going to sacrifice, and I don't feel like you're sacrificing much. I just feel like, all right, I'm going to sacrifice my time. So instead of me trying to get this done yesterday, I'm going to really take note and I'm going to take my time doing this. That's what I'm feeling like in the love area. So for others of you, you're like, you're so used to being the dominant one, being the one that like heads it out, being the one that says way it's going to go, that you're finally taking a look back and saying, all right, let me take this another way. Let me make sure that I'm not hurting someone. So let me just be honest with people or be, forward with them and let them know what I want, like that too, okay? So I feel like that's what they're saying in this position, like really take note around you about what's really going on so that you can work smarter and not harder, okay? So that's their advice. So I see where you came from. You came from the Palace of Wands. So this is for those of you that have never seen me before, or for those of you that have just seen me a couple of times. The Palace of Wands is a state of mind. Okay, so in your recent past, you had the Palace of Wands, which means in your head you were like thinking, what actions do I need to take? Where do I need to go? What do I need to do? What about this person? And what about that person? And what about, like, you were just thinking about, how am I going to move forward? How is this going to work out? What am I going to do? That's what it looks like was happening. And then you were so like, and then you finally just went, I just feel like you kind of just went, all right, let me just take a minute. That's what you did here. That brought you to this position. Okay. So it looks like this month you'll be working smarter. All right. But listen to me, my Aries. In your fourth position, you have the Judgment card, which means, my beautiful Aries, I love you, but you have some decisions to make and you need to make them. You need to quit like... I'm seeing where some of you are trying to make 2 and 3 people happy and they're not, it's not working, right? I'm seeing where you're trying to like please this person and this other person, and it doesn't just have to be in romance, but I'm seeing where you're trying to please everyone and you end up getting drained, and then you don't make a decision, and then you're just going round and round and round and round like this, okay? And then you become here. So don't do that, Aries. You have to make a decision. This is in love too, because some of you have a couple of people that you need to make a decision about. And like, I'm not going to go all the way into it because I just don't want to do that. Okay, so because they're like showing me stuff and I'm not saying it. All right, so you have to make a decision. There's a way to do it, but you're thinking about how do I make everybody else happy, and you need to think about how am I going to make myself happy and the other person happy, or the other person's happy. Okay, you're not including yourself in this choice. That's what they're telling me. So the first 2 weeks in September, you will be dealing with trying to make the decision about a couple of things that you have to do. So let me say this. You don't have to do anything because you have free will. Everybody has free will. But if you want the guidance is this is what's holding you back from what's going on. You have to make these decisions to be able to move forward. Or not. It's kind of up to you. I see how you're looking. Look at you. You're like, I know. I already know. I know what I'm going to do. But you're not, because you need to include yourself in that decision making. You're so used to doing for others. You're willing to self-sacrifice, but you don't include yourself in the whole. You need to include yourself in this decision. Okay? That's the best advice I can give you for making that decision or those decisions. Because some of you, y'all got like 2 and 3 decisions to be making. I know. All right. So in your 5th position, from your higher self, I always ask your higher self, what is the one message they want to bring through to help you move forward in love? And you have the 4 of coins. So they want you to know that for some of you, you see this person, he's like holding all his gifts and he's holding everything, but it's in his box. He's not really like expending, he's not really spending it. He's not really like giving energy to the world, giving energy to life. I apologize about the outside noise. So he's not really, and he's holding the key. Look at him. He's holding the key and then he's not giving any. So they're saying it's time to balance in this, okay? So if you've been giving, let me say this, if you've been giving too much, if you've been giving, like trying to please everybody, their advice, your higher self is saying it's time to start loving yourself and giving yourself. But if you have been doing nothing but giving yourself, and not taking everybody else into consideration, then it's time to do that. That's what the 4 of coins means to me. It means that energy needs to flow so that you can have the things that you want, right? And that for some of you, it's finances. For some of you, it's businesses. For some of you, it's romance. Whatever this is, you hold the key. It's up to you. Like, they're playing a part in your life, right? Just like you're playing a part in their life, but they're playing a part in your life. These situations, these things, these people, these relationships, they're all playing a role in your life. You hold the key. What are you going to do next? What do you want to do? Not what do they want you to do, but what do you want to do? Okay, my beautiful Aries, that's what they want you to be understanding of in the month of September. This is going to help you move forward. This is really important for you. For others of you, this key, they're telling me, is getting you to this specific stability, this financial stability that you've been like trying to work at, trying to get to. Okay, so this key holds and opens this. And that means yourself included. That means myself and the whole. Myself in these relationships. Myself, like you have to include yourself, okay? So I hope that helps. Oh, you know what? They just showed me this too. Sorry. So for some of you that are like dating a couple of people or maybe one person, you're like expecting them to do, and you're like, this is what I feel like for some of you. Now remember, we have different stages of life. So there are young Aries that are going to be watching, there are middle-aged, and there are older Aries, and then there are people that have just been through a lot, right? So just kind of depends on your cycle of life. But I'm feeling like this for some. You're like expecting them to open their heart, but you're not opening your heart. What's that about? And that's what they're saying too. You have to give some of your heart because, well, let me say this. Like attracts like. So if you're intuitive and you're psychic and you know, like, you can feel that this person is doing something, well, guess what? They are too, because remember, if you're intuitive and you're psychic and you're, you know, into all of that or awakened by that, they are too. They may not say it. They may think of it in a different way. They may use different words, but they're just as intuitive as you are. So they can feel like you can, that you're not opening your heart. That's what they're telling me, okay? So it takes a leap of faith for both of you. When a relationship goes on, it takes both of you. But you have to open and they have to open, okay? So in your 6th position, oh, this is all about your ego. Okay, in your 6th position at the second half of the month, for some of you, you have a Leo coming in. I did see that. You got to make this decision, though. You got to make this decision. All right, this is what's holding you back, some of you, from this Leo coming in. So there's some decisions you have to make. Some of you have a Leo come in the second half, but others of you, this is about you balancing that ego. So in the decisions that you make, like some of you, I feel like you're being bratty. I can feel like you're like, yeah, Cindy, but. Or I feel like you're like, yeah, I hear you. And then you don't do it because you're like, I know what I know, right? And that's your ego. I'm trying to explain to you, because I love you, that you have to put that ego in balance so that you can see clearly, so you can make your decision, so you can move forward, okay? Because some of you are like, yeah, Cindy, but where's my man? Yeah, Cindy, but where's my girl? Yeah, Cindy, right? Well, and I'm trying to get you to that. Balance that ego. There's a way to do it where you're happy, okay? There's a way to do it where you're happy. For others of you, you have this Leo coming in. So congratulations. It's about time for some of you because you've been like working at it. You just kind of get into that bratty Aries self sometimes. That's okay. As you get older, you learn how to like not have that so much. All right. So in your 7th position, this is your fear. This is another reason why I feel like y'all are being a little bratty. I'm not saying a big bratty, but I'm saying a little bratty. And trust me, I love it when y'all get bratty. Because, like, I'm telling you, some of my best friends are Aries, and I just love them. This is about delays. You're like, there's been delay and nothing ever happens. And every time it thinks, like, nothing can go right. That's your fear. Like, is it ever just going to be easier, right? And it is. It really is. I'm trying to get you to that, Aries. Trying to get you there. It is. It's a matter of perception, right? So if you perceive that it's always going to be hard, I think I said this to the others. I will mention it to you. I can't remember on one of the videos a while back I said this. If you understand about manifestation a little bit, when I'm trying to help people get the concept of it, when I talk to clients and teach clients privately, when I'm trying to give them the concept, if you understand that we are actually living, so our present moment is kind of the past of what we thought. Does that make sense? So you're thinking. Whatever you're thinking becomes your reality. So it's really your past that you're living in, right? So if your thought is, it's always hard, I always have to fight, it always blah, 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 and people always blah, 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 then guess what? You keep repeating that life because you keep thinking that, and therefore it keeps becoming your reality. You got to change your thought. You got to change your thought process, okay? So this is just a fear. Your fear is, will it ever get better? Will I ever stop having delays? Will I ever meet the right one and not just these pages, right? Will I ever meet somebody that's valuable, that's valid, that sees the value in me, that we connect on a great level? That's just a fear. It's there to remind you of what you don't want. Now focus on what you want. Change that mindset. Change that perception, okay? So that you can start living out the life that you want to, all right? The fear is good. Fear is like a GPS. It lets you know what you don't want. But oftentimes we keep thinking about what we don't want, and then that becomes our reality. So start thinking about what you want. Start living in that and being in that and feeling that, okay? It's hard. You got to change your thought process, though. So in your 8th position, this is the way a loved one will be viewing you or dealing with you. And for some of you, this is the universe. You have new beginnings. Ace of Swords. This is an awesome beginning because it comes from nowhere. Sorry, I just hit my mic. It comes from nowhere. Like, this is fast. It's like, whoa, what just happened? It's a great thing that happened, but what just happened, right? That's the Ace of Swords. So some of you have new beginnings. Some of you, it says Leo. Some of you, it's after this decision that you've made, okay? Whatever this is, it's a new beginning coming to you. Some of you, it's this person that you've been dating where both of you have this understanding and get to new beginnings, right? That maybe he comes to you or maybe she comes to you and they're like, look, you're not giving me a lot, but I'm going to just go ahead and let you know what I'm feeling. And I really like you, and let's get this started, and blah, blah, like you come to this understanding, right? But it comes from nowhere. It's like all of a sudden it just appears, right? You do have that full moon in the 12th house. This is one of your gifts. Could be one of your gifts. For others of you, this is a person coming in. I'm seeing a Leo. I'm not saying that they're all going to be Leos, but I'm seeing a very prominent Leo. And whoever this is, it could be this. Okay? So, congratulations. You see, Aries don't really have a hard time getting anyone. They just like, they get bored. Trust me, I know my Venus is in Aries. Oh my God. All right, so, but let me tell you, Aries, it can be done because I was married for 20 years until he passed, okay? So, there is somebody to match you. Now, in your 9th position, this is your hopes and dreams, but to me, it's the outer realm of what's coming in, or what you're bringing in on this line. So, you have the Chariot. So, there's going to be a time coming soon where you're going to be like, all right, I cleared all this stuff, now what do I do? They're saying, take the bull by the horns, take the reins of the horse and direct it. Tell us where you want to go, and we're right there with you, okay? That's what you're bringing in. You're bringing in that energy of being able to, like, finally seeing your life where you're like, whoa, I get all these choices. What am I going to do? Okay? That's what's coming to you. That's where they're trying to get you. That's where we're trying to get you to. Now, in your 10th position, this is your overall outcome in the month of September, what you'll be working through for September. You have the 10 of Swords. So there's going to be often times, and I don't know what this is, but it's really like bugging you. That's like you have just put your foot down and said, no, I'm not doing it. Or no, I don't want to make that decision. Or no, I don't want to think about it. But this is so important for you to do. It's like really, it's what's keeping you. So the 10 of Swords obviously is somebody that is just so overwhelmed and then freezes. And they just like, I can't make a move because there's so many things coming at me, right? But if you look, you see the light, it just feels like you're being stabbed. It just feels like all these swords are on you. But that's not really true. These are actually lit. These are actually giving you energy. You need to change the perception, okay? So you'll be working through that. You can always change this card. Instead of looking at the swords, look at the light, look at the lessons, look at the experience that you're going to gain by making these decisions, by doing this stuff. Make sense? That's what you'll be working through in the month of September. There's going to be some situations that are going to be coming to you in the month where you're going to feel like, oh, I can't move. Take a breath. Take a minute. Get centered. Talk to your higher self. Ask, because they're going to be coming in dreams. Ask for some answers in your dreams, and they will come to you, and then you'll know what to do. And then, I mean, all you got to do is like take one of the things, and then all of a sudden it just starts shifting, and you'll feel like, okay, I can do this one at a time, one at a time, one at a time, right? Make sense?